Okay, welcome number one AvGeek Girl. Welcome to the show, followed by J. Rueda, Kevin Chaban, and RJ Luke. Top 1, 2, and 3. We are live at Vancouver Harbour. I'm calling this the Smoke on the Water Show. It's our Smoke on the Water Show. I'm just doing hello, Gerard and Lee. I'm just doing some final setups here, and we're about 12 minutes away until engines are actually starting up. But this is our Smoke on the Water, Fire in the Sky, Vancouver Harbour live stream. So as I say, just doing some final setups here. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Smoky day here in Vancouver. Hope everybody's doing well. So yes, it's a smoky day, smoky and sunny day, but we're here. Vancouver Harbour, downtown Vancouver. We've got a lot of smoke in the air. It's predicted to increase today and into tomorrow due to the outflow situation from the valley. We've basically surrounded by forest fires here in Vancouver at this point in time. And according to the weather forecast, it's going to increase over the next 24 to 48 hours. So that's the situation for the lower mainland right now. Increased smoke and outflow from the valley to the Vancouver area and the lower mainland. Just how it is. Not much we can do. We'll just have to endure it and take the rolls with the punches. It's actually, they say it's going to be the worst smoke we've had this year so far, unfortunately. But as I say, we shall endure. We shall persist. So that's all good. As I say, I'm just doing my final setups right now here while we're waiting for the action to start. Hope you've all had a good week. Things have been pretty good here in Vancouver. We've had decent weather, that's for sure. So okay, hello Paula and RJ Luke. Welcome to the show. Hope you're both doing well. So that's our top 5 people, and Kevin Chaban as well. So yeah, I'd like to welcome our first 5 people to the show. Yeah, fire in the sky, smoke on the water. We're not in Switzerland though. This is Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And it's very smoky. And This is the scene here at the Vancouver Harbour Float Base. So this show's dedicated to Richie Blackmore, naturally, with this weather. Unfortunately, I don't have a live rock and roll band behind me backing me up. But this is the next best thing, is de Havilland piston pounding and turbine action from the harbor. It's the current time is 7:25 a.m. Pacific time, and in 5 minutes these airplanes will be legal to fly according to the noise abatement rule in effect here at the harbor. So we've got about 5 minutes, and I'll just put Mug on camera to officially welcome everybody to the show. Hi there, my name is Henry Tenby. It's a beautiful morning here on the 4th of September, Thursday the 4th of September 2025. I'm streaming this show live from the Vancouver Harbour, the Canada Place Convention Centre, and it's a very fine morning. The temperature's warm. It's about 20 degrees Celsius. We're expecting high 20s today, and it's the worst, apparently the worst smoke of the year. Thank God we didn't have a lot of it up until now. So we had a really good summer. We were spared this dreaded smoke from the forest fires that are burning out of control pretty much everywhere. And for the first time, we've got a very significant outflow condition from the valley, and that's bringing smoke down from north and west from the points east of here. So they say tomorrow will be particularly bad for smoke. Anywho, we've got another 2 hours of plane spotting here ahead of us from the harbor, and I don't smell the smoke, but it's definitely visible. Obviously, we definitely have the particulate matter around, and I do have my mask with me. If I need to put that on, I will. And we'll just play it by ear. We'll just see how it goes, but we definitely have a filtering effect in place. So that is that's our situation right here at the harbor. I guess they're starting to get their first flights ready. We'll have to scan and see where our first passengers are going. There you go. So hello, Danny Tunnel King. Welcome to the show. So yeah, this is what I'm calling our Smoke on the Water show. We've got a lot of smoke in the air here. The North Shore is essentially obliterated by smoke. Normally we would be able to see, well, you can see them just at the top there. You can see some of the mountain range, but we've got a lot of smoke in place here. And we also have fire in the sky. I won't point the sun into the camera too often, but it is filtered. So here's our C bus coming over from North Van and heading over to North Van. Those are the C buses. That's the Canada TransLink bus service, if you will, between downtown Vancouver and North Van. And that's the port of Vancouver in the background there. You can see the cranes and the cargo ships, etc. And then we actually have a cruise ship here at Canada Place. Silver Sea Moon is in dock right now. So yeah, they're here, obviously heading up and down the BC coast to Alaska. And there's our famous Canada Place Convention Center and cruise ship dock. So that gives you a general lay of the land, so to speak. And we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. Hello, Noriba. Welcome to the show. And our show, we're going to run for about 2 hours, so essentially from 7:30 to 9:30. So if you're planning your morning and you're wondering how long we're going to be at it this morning, it'll be roughly 2 hours. That's our plan. And we'll play it by ear, see how it all goes. And as we know from past shows, it gets pretty busy, so we can have multiple airplanes on the move at the same time. So, hello, Donna Davey. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. And In the background here is Stanley Park. That's Stanley Park, shrouded in smoke. As you can see the seawall, and there's a very faint glimpse of the Lions Gate Bridge there through the smoke. And the soundtrack for today's show would definitely be Smoke on the Water. Richie Blackmore's anthem. There's the seawall. A few people out there, I think. Not yet actually. So we're scouring around. We're scouring around the float base looking for our first passengers. You can see some deckhands and pilots walking, having their morning coffee. Great way to start the morning. Boat, planes, and coffee. So I guess pretty soon they'll be bringing out their first group of passengers. And I think there's a group of passengers congregating right there, looking forward to their flight to the island. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, smoke gets in your eyes, that's right. Smoke gets in, that's a good one. I don't quite have the tune on that one. But yeah, smoke gets in your eyes, for sure. That's a good one, I like that. We can see what other smoky songs we can come up with for dedication to today's show. But I think, yeah, it's kind of hard to beat Smoke on the Water, Fire in the Sky. So I can hear engines. So I think there's an aircraft around the corner to the left that's actually starting engines and might taxi out before our very eyes here. We're all doing well. We've all had a good week here in Vancouver. As I say, we've been blessed with really nice weather this summer. We didn't have any of this smoky, nasty stuff, so we escaped unscathed. So that was nice. That was very, very nice. And I've had a fun summer. Our shows, of course, have been here at the... oh, there we go. There's our first movement. It's the Canada Post, or Canada flag, I should say. Twin Otter taxiing out for our first departure of the morning. We've got PT6 action. So that nice, beautiful looking airplane. Double, toil and trouble. Yeah, nice. This will be our very first departure. Great way to start the morning. See where he makes the turn. He pours on those throttles. Bit of porpoising. Bit of porpoising action there. Watch him. Those are loons, as on the back of our loony coin. And there he goes. Showtime. Spray's on. Beautiful. Great way to start the morning. Fabulous Twin Otter departure. Nice. Nice climb rate. But yeah, those North Shore Mountains are completely obscured by the smoke. Oh, wow. We're not going to see any lions today. Just going into the murk. I'm doing my best to follow it out. Yeah. It's a bit smoky. Oh well. So welcome to our first departure of the day. We'll have another one here momentarily, I'm sure. And looks like it might be the turbo right here. Very possible. Yeah, we've got an airfloat plane coming in. Good morning, Mayani. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Paula, for sharing on your Facebook. Oh, smoking in the boys' room. That's right, Brownsville Station. One AvGeek girl and I were walking on West 4th yesterday, and we walked past a vintage record shop, and in the window was a K-Tel record from 1972. And I pointed it to one AvGeek girl. I said, look at that record cover. I own that record cover. I bought that record brand new in 1972. And the hit single that was included on that K-Tel record was Brownsville Station, Smoking in the Boys' Room. And that was a great song. I love that song. Yeah. I mean, who can ever forget? I mean, I could rattle off the lyrics for that entire song right now. Starts off something like, hey there, have you ever had one of those days when everything's got you down? You just, yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. Let me tell you about it. Yeah, sitting in the classroom thinking it's a drag. Yeah. Yeah, it's Brownsville Station. They were a one-hit wonder, 1972. I'm not sure if they were Canadian, but they had a darn good number. They were kind of like the Bay City Rollers of Canada, I believe. You know, they just had the one hit. It's like the Bay City Rollers had their one hit Saturday night. Bay City Rollers were a little bit after Brownsville Station. I think that was more like about 1975-ish, maybe, around there. And Brownsville Station was 72. Might have been 73, but I think it was 72. And our Gulf Island Seaplanes has just alighted before us, and we're delighted. Nice to see the piston-pounding beavers in town. Yeah, I like the old round engines, the 1950s original engines, and that's what this is on this beaver. Hasn't been modified with a turbine. It's the original piston banger. Pacific Island, or Gulf Island seaplanes. If you have a look at the post that I did to promote the show here on my post page for the channel, I uploaded some pictures that I took of the sandwich boards of all the operators here that offer float plane tours, scenic flights, pleasure flights. So anywhere from $60 to $130 is kind of the price range. But even these guys offer scenic flights here at Vancouver Harbour. So if you've never had a float plane ride, or you've never been on a piston pounding beaver, here's a chance for you to add that to your logbook. I mean, really, for $100, $129, it's quite good value. Canadian dollars, right? So it's 40% cheaper than a US dollar. It's an absolute bargain, of course, in my opinion. Gulf Island Seaplanes. Arrives nicely at the dock. There's the rampies. Yeah, now I can't get the Brownsville Station Smoking in the Boys Room tune out of my head. Those are very catchy tunes, you know, Smoke on the Water, Brownsville Station. It's fabulous tunes, and even the Bay City Rollers. Great music back in the 70s. As an old fuddy-duddy, I'd say it's better than what we have in the 2025s. Look at this monstrous boat. Who owns that? Dr. Evil? And where's Mini-Me? Yes, it's Dr. Evil in there. Is that his secret lair? Oh. American registered. So it's not Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil's English. Could be Blofeld. Yeah, nice looking piece of kit that is. Very nice. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Look at this. Yeah, here we are. Beautiful scenic this morning. Quite a calm and serene setting here at the harbor. Very scenic and calm. Yes, Lady Di. Very nice piece of kit. Yes, would it be someone famous? Don't know. It's probably not the billionaire class, just the 100 millionaire class, I would say. Your Jeff Bezos and Zuckerbergs would be on much bigger pieces of kit. But those in the $100 million net worths would probably be strutting around in a yacht like that. There's some other nice pieces of kit in the background. Not quite as elaborate as that, though. Nova Spirit. We have some cargo being loaded. Where was it? There's our pilot, one of our pilots. That's the fellow with the coffee. I think he's still waking up. Passengers with a pet carrier. Oh, we've got a nice lander here. Let's see if I can capture it for us. Sea Air. Boy, he came roaring in. You see, I didn't notice it. He flew downwind, and I didn't even see that he was downwind because he was obliterated by the smoke. So I missed him, sadly. We have engines starting. From one to the other. I'm keeping my eyes honed. Hello, Houston, Texas. I don't think you're as smoky as we are. And hello, Mark Weber, joining us from Victoria, over on the island. Got another aircraft starting up right there on the right. Another turbo. Welcome to the show, The Galley. And here's our caravan gliding to its dock position. Leg workout. Yeah, not the job if you've got sore legs. Action. We're going to have a double takeoff here. Well, I didn't realize that one of the Bay City Rollers was South African. I thought they were all from Scotland. He was a member of the group from 78 to 82. Yeah, that song "Smoking in the Boys' Room," that was a basically an anthem to early 70s louts, I would say. You know, the guys that wore the jean jackets, and you would see them congregating outside the boys' room, smoking and hanging out at the bus, at the bus loops, smoking, drinking, swearing. That was them. I remember those kinds of people very well. My grandmother used to take me on the bus in the early 70s when we used to go to the bus loop in Richmond. And there was always those kind of guys hanging out at the bus loop. Okay, there's one. Okay, here goes the second one. It's interesting though that I'm not sure if the members from Brownsville Station are still alive. They should be, because they're probably only 10 years older than me, or maybe 12 or 15 years older than me. That would put them into their early to mid 70s. So they should still be vertical. kind of lost it there. Took my eyes off the camera for a second. I was having a bit of a daydream. Daydream moondog. Okay. Well. We've got a little sailboat heading out. Let's scope what's going on at the dock. See if we can find any activity. Oh yes. I think this airplane will be firing up. It's PT6. They've got the beacon on. Yeah. It says the last link to it isn't posted. The tiny URL. Well, that's pretty bad. That the limited swag. If I click on it, if I say Google Chrome, let's see what happens. Wonder if it. No, it asked me to download Google Chrome. That's stupid. That is really stupid. No, the link doesn't work. Okay, if I click. Yeah, okay, I'll have to double check that. Thanks for telling me. I mean, when I set up something with a tiny URL, I expect that it's going to work beyond the couple months. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad that it doesn't work. I'll have to reset that. But thanks for letting me know about that the night bot. The URL from tinyurl doesn't work. That's poor show. I won't use them again because that's a letdown. That's a letdown. Yeah, I can smell a bit of the smoke. Yeah, it's there. Not the morning for doing a 20K run. Yeah, Lady Di says, yeah, I could have, those kinds of people were hanging out at the back of the school bus. Yeah, that's them. That's them. As I say, they would be wearing the jean jackets, all frayed, jean pants, long hair, that kind of setup. I don't know what you would call them. I don't know. They were maybe hippie wannabes, maybe. I'm definitely getting some funny smells here. Paula says, any plans for JetFlix hats? I think if there are some, if you click into the store here on the YouTube channel, you'll see there's some hats there, I think. So just, I'm pretty sure there are some, Paula. At the bottom of the, there's the store categories. You just click into the store. And I think there are some hats. If there aren't, it's a good idea, and I'll definitely have a look into it. There we go. Showtime. Yeah, all the links, all those tiny URL links are belly up. So I'll just get rid of tiny URL because that is unacceptable. That their links turn to mush. They shouldn't do that. It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I'll just put the full page links in there. They shouldn't have the I won't bother. I'll never again bother with tiny URL. I'll just have my link in there because that's very poor show. Yes, I need to call the IT guy after the show, absolutely. And somebody's, yeah, my websites are under attack. Yeah, so I've been under attack pretty much for the last 2 or 3 weeks. The bots have been hitting my websites, and a lot of the pages are down on an ongoing basis now. So that's just how it is. Very possible. Yesterday, the site was under, my server was under very heavy attack. So, and unfortunately, I won't be able to do anything about it until I'm back in my office in about 3 hours, so 2 hours. But thank you for the heads up on that. Yeah, these hackers, I don't understand what they're not hackers. They're actually just trying to take websites down. They send huge amounts of traffic to it, and they basically kill the website. What their motivation is, I don't know. Don't know. Okay, seaplane is starting up here. So we've got about 4 airplanes on the move right now. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, the one that took off. So yeah, 4 aircraft. There's 1, the one that took off, 2, and then 3, and then 1. Yeah. Silky Sam, wow, thank you very much, Silky Sam. Very much appreciate your premium membership and support for the past 14 months. Wow, thank you very much for that. Hugely appreciated, Silky Sam. I hope you're doing well, Silky Sam. Speaking of silky, I'm trying to make this pan as silky as I can. Those silky smooth takeoffs. Okay, that's 1. 1 down, 2 to go. Number 2. I'll do this as silky as I can. Camera, Silky Sam, can. I'm all tongue twisted. Sorry. I took one eye off for a second to look for the other airplane, and of course I lose the pan. Okay, beaver time. Hang on 1 second. There's the beaver. looks like it's close to that marker. Doing well, Silky. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope your weather is better than what we've got here in Vancouver. I hope you're not under adverse weather conditions. Manchester. I hear that the UK's had a really good summer though, so you guys have had really warm weather, not much rain. You actually had a summer, so I think you guys are quite happy about that. It's been one of the better UK summers in a while. Same with us, you know, except for this smoke that we've got today. So we have to be quite grateful. But thank you, Sam. Oh, okay. Here we go. Look at this. Those are, you can hear those jugs pounding away, and the smoke and belching smoke and burping. That's the beauty of a piston pounder. Oh, darn it. I missed the arrival on the Twin Otter. Yeah, again, I'm not seeing these aircraft, unfortunately, because they're coming in through the murk. So I'm just missing them. I apologize for that. So sorry about that, folks. I'm sorry. And another one, I'm not seeing these airplanes. That's very frustrating. I'm not seeing them. I can't see them flying downwind. And I'm too slow. So that is a function of the smoke, by not being able to see these aircraft. Almost impossible. Irritating to me. Very irritating. I'm missing the action, and that's what we're here for. Where was I? We've got this beaver warming itself up. Yeah, apologies for missing all the action. That's not very good. Excuse me. As Silky says, had terrible weather for the last 2 days. Thunderstorms and lots of rain. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, and one AvGeek girl says it was rainy in London as well. Okay. So the weather's gone upside down. Hello, Karen Monson. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, Karen. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, that's far away. That's far away. Taxied halfway to Port Moody. Wow. Up and away. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a piston. No, it's a turbo beaver, turbo otter. Okay, so got here? What's next? Passengers arriving on the turbo over there. Yeah, Donna, I agree with Donna. I would take rain right now, no problem. Hello, Surly Dev, 40 miles from Manchester. Glorious weather, that's wonderful. So, Surly Dev, are you towards the water? Liverpool, or just curious which whereabouts you are. Are you inland? So Paula, you were caught in bad rain today, so okay, down in London area, rain. And Mayani, I'm up in North Vancouver at the base of Grouse Mountain, waving, but I can't see anything. Oh darn, well, yeah, you're at the base of Grouse, Mayani. Very good. So, but yeah, you're in smoke up there. Thank you for the heads up on that. Glad you're a local viewer, Miani. Surly Dev says, I'm on the filled coast, 450 meters from Morecambe Bay. Interesting, okay. I'll have to Google that, where you are. Morecambe Bay, but you are on the coast, okay. Glad you have nice weather. Yeah, when One Av Geek Girl and I did the day trip to Liverpool, we walked around the dock there. And yeah, back in the 50s, the liners would go to New York out of that very dock. And I found some old pictures of my dad's from when he traveled from England to New York in 56 or 55 and 57. And he had pictures taken in that exact same dock area at Liverpool. I recognized it. He was on the ship, but you could see the dock in the background. So yeah, his ship left from Liverpool to New York. In those days, it was like P&O, and they were the big liner company was P&O. I think they now call themselves Princess Cruises, but yeah, P&O. And I'm trying to remember some of the ships that he was on. The Orchides, that was one of them. Yeah, I know he was on the Orchides. Great name, by the way, Orchides. Trying to think of some of those other ships that he traveled on in the 50s. That was the time before jet travel, and air travel by propeller plane across the North Atlantic was an expensive and time-consuming affair by comparison to today. You'd have to fly up to Prestwick, then over the water, the high North Atlantic, to come down through Gander, Bangor, Maine. So you had to make a number of stops. Goose Bay, Shannon. Yeah, it was quite an ordeal to go by piston pounder across the North Atlantic. So a lot of people went by ship, of course. That was the way you traveled. And many of those ships came out of Liverpool. Yeah, so if you were in London, of course, you would take the train between London and Liverpool for your journey to America. And of course, a lot of people went to New York. That was it, right? It was America and New York. Montreal secondary, I would say. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, that dock area, the port area in Liverpool, those, it's like a shape like the letter U with bricks, all brick, and they've got shops in there now, nice little shops. I think that dates to the 1800s. Fascinating stuff. Miani says, I'm technically Upper Lonsdale. Okay, I know Upper Lonsdale, so I guess, Miani, you're close to the London drugs. I'm just watching again to see. I don't want to miss an aircraft arrival. I've got my eyes everywhere and chatting with you guys. The Gawi's waving at from English Bay. So nice to see we have some local people hanging out with us today on our show. That's great. TD, welcome to the show. Joining us from Terrace. I guess, how's your weather up in Terrace, TD? Do you have smoke? Because from what we've heard on the radio, Vancouver's getting smoke from the north and from the east. But I don't know if it's coming from that far north, but maybe it is. So I'm guessing you're probably smoky in Terrace. Oh, yeah, smoky. And to be hot in Terrace today. Smoky, right. Got it. You are smoky. Yeah. Okay. Very good. And Esther L. Thank you so very much, Esther. I very much appreciate your donation. That is very kind of you. And TD, congratulations for picking up that very kind donation from Esther L. So thank you very much, Esther, for making that donation. Again, I very much appreciate it. Paula says her mom lives next to the White Spot. White Spot makes a good breakfast, no question about it. I had a guest from out of town, actually, from New Zealand visiting me last month, and I took him to White Spot. We both had omelets, but they were just too big. Massive, monstrous omelets. And he was maybe a little bit older than me, but he said, that's too much. It's to be shared. And I agree. The omelet is so large, 2 people, unless you're in a food eating competition, 2 people can share the omelet. I mean, it's going to knock you back $30 for the omelet and a coffee. That's true. So it's expensive. All food items on White Spot are now starting at $20. If you add in a drink, tax, and tip, you're very quickly up to $30 per person. So that's what it is now. But it is a very good omelet, a very nice omelet. Okay, finally, I'm able to spy an aircraft. Let's see if I can find it again. There it is. I've got an airplane in my viewfinder that I'll try to follow in for us as it makes the turn. We'll do my best, let's put it that way. It's Turbo Otter. Yeah, White Spot, it's a great place. A few weeks ago they had the pirate packs on sale. They do it once a year. They make pirate packs. Well, they put them on sale. Or they bring them back. I'm not even sure if they've discontinued them. It might be discontinued, but they resurrect their famous pirate packs for kids menu item, and they do it just for one day of the year, and that happened a couple weeks ago. It was on the radio. Okay, so here's one that I didn't miss. Very nice landing. Isn't that cool? That was nice. That was a nice one, if I dare say so. Not bad. Here's the deckhands waiting patiently to receive their aircraft. There it is. Okay. Well done. Well done. Yes, grease that landing. Karen says, do they offer downsized option? I don't believe so. I do not believe so. I think, but I mean, if you're two people, you can split, you know, their meal. They don't have any rules in place to prevent that. Thank goodness. It's a good idea, but yeah, I'm not aware of any downsized possibilities at the White Spot. They used to have a seniors menu, but I haven't seen a seniors menu in the White Spot for a while. So. Passengers are getting their stuff, arriving nicely from their trip. I'm watching to see if we have any landers. The guy says, could try buying from the kids menu. Okay, so they do have a kids menu at White Spot, but yeah, as I say, my dad, he used to always order off the seniors menu, but I haven't seen that. And of course, yeah, they had the Sunny Start, BC Sunny Start. I remember that. If you tried to order off the kids menu, they might ask for ID. That would be, yeah. Remember when I was in high school, I used to have ID that said I was 16 or 17, so I could get into the restricted films, or you know, the X-rated features and stuff. You know, my friends from school, we wanted to go see those films, so we had the fake IDs that said that we weren't 15, but we were 17. And the ladies that worked at the box office would kind of give us that funny look. Are you sure about this? Yeah, that's my age. You know, and we'd get to go see those movies. But yeah, now that I'm a senior, I'll have to get another fake ID that I'm 12 years old. Yeah, that would be a hard one to pass off. But isn't that funny? whatever age you are, it's not the right age to get the proper discounts. Yeah, a friend of mine in high school, he's big into movies, right? And we always wanted to get into the, as I say, the restricted films. That was funny. That was funny. And there was a point in time where he got an ID that said he was 21. I mean, he was only 15 or 16 or maybe somewhere like that. Yeah, maybe 17. He was in grade 11 or 12. So he prepared an ID for him that he was 21, so he could sign us into these films. Because I think if you were over a certain age, maybe if you were 21, you could actually sign young people in. So he was signing us in. And that was funny too. Oh, we laughed a lot. We laughed a lot. That was funny. That was very funny. No, don't. I won't give any ideas to the young viewers. Yeah, we were very naughty back then. Yeah, that's my friend Stephen. That was, yeah, we had a lot of laughs on that. A lot of laughs. And then so with Stephen, my friend Stephen, so he had two different IDs. One where he was 21, so he could sign us in. And then he also had another one that said he was like 14. So he'd go to the theater one day and sign us in. And then a week later, he'd show up at being 14 years old and get the child's discount. So, oh, that was, yeah. Oh, I'm still laughing at it, right? Yeah, he had two sets of IDs, 21 and 14. He was really 15 or 16 at the time. Yeah, those were the days. I'm trying to remember the movies that we saw. Can't even, yeah, it's hard to recall. Hard to remember. Okay, we've got some flock of birds doing some surface skimming. These are loons. Look how low they are to the water. Isn't that amazing flying skill? Incredible feet, creatures. Oh, there they are. They're increasing their altitude. Incredible. Nice fly past. Nice fly past. And here comes our Hulu boat from Nanaimo. I'll have to ask my friend Stephen what films he signed us into. It's funny stuff. Could have been, what's that Martin Sheen Vietnam War film? Heavy Metal Jacket, that might have been one. Lots of swearing and violence. Yeah, I think Heavy Metal Jacket. What that would be from, I think, like 1979 maybe, or 80, around that time frame. Okay, we have an engine start on our turbo. Well, this past week I'm trying to think of the aviation news. A couple of news items, of course. Not sure if you guys heard, but Air Canada had an emergency evacuation of a C-Series at Denver Airport. They had smoke in the cabin, and they had to evacuate. on the runway or on the ramp. All the passengers safely off. So that was, that was interesting. An Airbus 220C series, which is, new airplane. They had smoke in the cabin at Denver, and the flight attendants did an amazing job. They evacuated very nicely, and there's some nice video of that as well. It was nice to see the flight attendant even escort the pilot off the airplane there and make sure that the pilot was safely off the bottom of the chute, the forward chute. So yeah, that was interesting. That was very interesting. So yeah, congratulations to those crew, that Air Canada crew that did an amazing job on their smoke in the cabin situation at Denver. I think that was a couple days ago. And there's some other aviation news as well that I have to share with you. Big announcement from WestJet. There we go. The spray is on. There's the bridge in the background. No, that's not the bridge. That's C-SPAN's cargo terminal. Okay, so we've got the Twin Otter. It's taken off. We've got a Turbo Otter, and we've got Hulu right here, docking right before us. And here goes. This thing's turning on to the active. There you go, spray is on. Spray is on nicely. See, I hear an airplane. I don't see it. That's the problem. I hear an airplane above me, but I don't see it. So that is why I miss them. I'm looking at the airplane that's in my screen right now, and I also can hear an airplane flying over me, and I'm looking and I just cannot see it. That's why I miss these landings. There's something above me. Oh, it's a helicopter. It's a helicopter. So the Hulu's parking right here. And we have other big news too as well. We have other big aviation news. Yesterday, WestJet announced their biggest airplane order. They ordered, I believe it's 50 737-10 MAX airplanes, 737-10s, the stretch 737, with options on 20 more. So that's a big order, almost 70 odd airplanes. So 50 firm and 20 on option, so 70 total if they exercise the options. And they also ordered half a dozen, maybe 7 or 8 Dreamliners as well. So big order announced by WestJet, and definitely wishing them well with their order. And hopefully they'll be able to have much good luck with that. And I have a guest here with me on the show. Can you guys see him? I guess he's listening to me very intently. And I'm not sure oh, look at this. He's a big bird. He's a very big bird. You don't have to go away. Look at him. He's looking right at, what a neat looking animal. Wow. Incredible. He's not going to go anywhere, but we have action. So back to the float planes. But the crow is listening to me. They have good hearing, the crows. Their ears are working well. says to me that our chat is in subscriber-only mode, which means that people who've subscribed to the channel for 1 minute or longer. Okay. I don't know if we were getting spammed, maybe, but interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of spammers out there. Hello, Noise Bloom. Miani can hear the aircraft. Okay, so not for one half geek girl. That's good. Yeah, I've got a notice on my YouTube screen right now that we're in subscriber only mode. So why that is, I don't know. But anyhow, not to worry. But yeah, good news for WestJet. We're wishing them all the best. And that bird is just listening to me. I don't know. Maybe it understands English. But that crow, he's about 2 feet from me right now. It's like he's about ready to jump on my shoulder. I don't know. Maybe he's fascinated with the use of the English language. I don't know. But he's right here right now. So, look at him. He's got his head tilted to me, listening to me. Kind of neat. Maybe he's wanting food. There must be an ulterior motive to his cuteness. It's a big crow too, looking right at me. He's still here. So the beaver should be turning, yeah, about now and heading on its merry way. By the way, I'm watching my camera battery. It's at 25%, so we'll do a battery change pretty soon, guys and gals. Look how far this airplane's going out into the channel. Amazing. Quite a long ways out. There we go. There we go. No. Bit of hesitation there. Okay, I think he's committed. Not in the men with white hats. Quite a laborious takeoff run, isn't it? Because the airplane's not as powerful as the turbine-powered version of the Beaver and the Otter. So it just takes a bit more takeoff run, I will say, to get airborne with the piston engine than the turboprop. Fascinating stuff. And there's the sulfur piles. Wow, that was kind of nice, refreshing. Where's our next movement? Well, we've got the passengers here for the Hulu. They're coming off the boat. You can maybe see some of them. Yeah, not quite the lineup. I mean, so the summer peak travel is off, so we've got less people here for the Hulu heading over to the island. Good morning, Donna Davey from East Van. Welcome to the show, Donna. Hope you're doing well on this smoky morning. We're calling this the Smoke on the Water, Fire in the Sky show. dedicated to Richie Blackmore. If he's watching. Yeah. Yeah. How are things in East Van? We haven't walked up and down a commercial in a while. Our favorite Mediterranean delicatessen and store is located there. And hello, Gary. Welcome to the show. And I think, yeah, Gary, you were the one who pointed out the WestJet order. So thanks for the heads up on that the other day. Appreciate it. Hope all is well up in Sandspit. Maybe you're rainy, Gary. Maybe you've got some rain today. Don't know. But as you can see, we're definitely smoky here in Vancouver this morning. Sunny and smoky. Some passengers boarding. So they're boarding, this aircraft is boarding. Yeah. Hello, JD. Kimberly, BC. Yeah, smoking Kimberly too. Wow. Yeah, that's what the weather person has told us. Donna says, yeah, it's smoky. I'm on the end of North Nanaimo Street overlooking the harbor. I get the planes and helicopters all day. I love it. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I'll just kind of show you where Donna is then, because we can actually see it from where we're standing. Donna is situated kind of down that way. Behind the ship is where Donna is. So she's kind of down there behind that cargo ship. That's where Donna's located. My battery's at 17%, so I think we're going to do the battery change right now just because I don't want it to collapse while we're midstream. So let's do the battery change now. We've got a little bit of a lull. So give me a second. We'll do it right now. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do a battery change, and then we'll be back in just a second, folks. Back in a second. Had a little bit of a lull, so that's perfect. That is great. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Battery change accomplished. Mission accomplished, if I dare say so. So we're back. We're back, and our passengers are boarding their Turbo Otter. And yeah, now I see an airplane downwind, so I'll be able to film it. We got a turbo coming in, so that's great. Donna says there's a great park at the end of the road above the train tracks. I go there and I can see the whales when they're in the harbor. Oh, wow. Oh, good for you. That's fantastic, Donna. Yeah, that's fantastic that you're able to, you've got that location when the whales are in town. Interesting stuff. So yeah, I've got a visual on our Harbour Air Turbo Otter that's flying downwind right now, and I'll point the camera there in just a second. Hello, Colin Watson. Glad you're enjoying the streams from the harbor here. Appreciate that. And we can now let's get a lock on. There we go. I'll follow this guy in for us. So this aircraft would be a beam, the park that Donna Davey was referring to, I think. She would be able to see this quite nicely from it, basically off the wingtip there. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce. Porpoise, porpoise. Nice. Tried to keep that silky for Sam. Did my best. Did my best. Do the operators shut in the winter? No, all these airlines are year-round operations. So this is a year-round operation. It's just that it's busier in the summer, so that's why we're here now. But no, they do not. These are scheduled. Most of these are scheduled flights, so they happen year-round. And I'm glad you enjoy it, Colin. Thank you. So the dock operations people are waiting for their airplane. I'll show you. They're waiting to receive it right there. We'll follow it in. You've got to be on your game with this job for sure. Yeah, and so as one aircraft arrives, another one is heading out. Here's the passengers departing to wherever they're going on this Harbour Air. Lots happening. Lots happening for sure. It's a busy place, the Vancouver Float Base. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's any other aviation news during the week other than the yes, sir. Oh, my goodness! I have an aviation friend of mine here from Amsterdam. Holy moly! Wow. How are you doing?
Fine.
My goodness. So, are you, folks? I'm live, as you know, and wow. I have a good. Some of you, I'll just basically should I put you on to say here you are. Talk about the shop or who you are, because people are going to be curious. Just for a second. We'll just have to say for a second. And I'm just going to put a friend of mine on the camera here with us, folks. This is Marcel.
Hi, guys.
So this is Marcel. For those of you that know, the Luchtvaart Hobby Shop, Aviation Hobby Shop in Amsterdam, Marcel is a fixture at the shop, I would say. He is Mr. Models at the shop. He's been at the shop for decades, and I'm shocked to see him here in Vancouver. Marcel, what brings you to Vancouver? Holiday?
Holiday. Yeah.
How long are you here for?
We will be here for a week, and then we go for a week to Victoria.
Yes.
And we arrived here last Tuesday.
Okay.
So we spent here a week in Vancouver, sightseeing, flying maybe.
Wow. Wow, Marcel.
Watching the whales.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. So, will you have time for maybe a model visit in the next week or so? You're welcome, obviously.
Yeah, I know. Well,
you'll have to see. You let me know.
I will let you know. Yeah, we will stay here for a while in this area.
Right.
Today, so and see some things, and then we go from there.
Okay. You've got my contact through WhatsApp and Messenger.
Yes.
Okay. I'm around. I'm not going anywhere. So.
Okay. You're here the whole day?
No. We do the live stream from 7:30 till 9:30, so another 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
So it's just on Thursday mornings.
Oh, okay.
And usually we're at the main airport, but for the summer, I've been at the harbor.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But, you know, if you have some time, as I say, I'm not going anywhere, so it'd be nice to see you.
I still have to get my breakfast.
Okay. Oh, the Dutch.
Okay. I know. I saw
Okay.
it.
Oh, you can have a panecoke. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. But again, if you have some time, give me a call, pick you up, and
Maybe I'll come back here when you're finished.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Marcel, good to see you,
See
and
you.
hope to see you later too.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Marcel. See ya. Wow, that was incredible, folks. Wow. Yeah. So that's Marcel, and Marcel is, as I say, he is. If you go to the Luchtvaart Hobby Shop in Amsterdam, you will see Marcel. He is, well, on the weekdays he's there, and he manages that shop. He's there, and he's a long-time collector of aircraft display models. And I've known Marcel for, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years, a very long time. So I've only ever seen Marcel in Amsterdam, not here in Vancouver. But that's great that he's here in Vancouver, and he'll be here for a week. So we both are very passionate about aircraft models, and I think he's here with his wife and family, and we'll just have to see how his plans unfold. But I know he loves models, and we have a lot to talk about when it comes to models. So what a surprise visitor. You never know who you're going to bump into on a live show. That's what makes it so fun. Wow. It's a very small world. But if you're ever in Amsterdam, you definitely want to visit the Aviation Megastore. It's fantastic. I could spend a whole day there. It's really wonderful. And yes, Mixter A350, I'll tell Marcel you said hello. Glad you guys, and JD, Karen, yeah, thank you so much. It is a very small world. Yeah, it's always nice to welcome our Dutch aviation friends when they're here in town. So we've got one coming, one going, as is normally the case. One just landed while I was just coming down from the excitement of having met Marcel here. Marcel de Willick. Yeah, Marcel hasn't had his breakfast, and we've got the Dutch. I don't know if he wants to have the Dutch pancake, but it's amazing. We've got the Dutch Pancake House right here, and he may not want to come to Canada to eat Dutch food, but us Canadians, we like it. Spray is on. Climb out, and we've got another. This one here is leaving the dock right now. Nice stuff. Oh yeah, the Netherlands is wonderful. I love the Netherlands. I love Amsterdam. Martin Davidson says, do all these amphibians relocate? No, they don't. They're based here year-round. They do maintenance. They maybe do more maintenance over the winter months on the airplanes, heavier maintenance. But the operation here is a year-round operation. The scheduled flights from Vancouver to Victoria remain throughout the year. So heavy maintenance may be done on the airplanes during the winter months when they have less flights, fewer flights. But that's a good question. Thank you for asking that. Yes, Eye of Ra. You definitely need to go to the Aviation Megastore. It's just a nice place to be. Very pleasant shop. Big shop. It's wonderful. I mean, when I go to the Luchtvaart hobby shop, it's usually an afternoon. I like to look at all the decals, because I, build airplane models. So yeah, look at all the decals, the books. That's my thing. Yes, they do have some form of transponders. One of the pilots for Harbour Air answered that in a technical way a few shows ago. But yeah, I can't remember what the answer is, but yes, they all do have transponders on them. I don't know how many airplanes they have in their fleet. Probably 20, 30, somewhere in that range, I would think. Okay, we have another airplane landing. It's the red Twin Otter in the Canada flag livery. So I will follow it in. Try not to lose it. So that's the takeoff, and then the landing is, there we go, that's the Twin Otter in the Canada flag livery. Oops, lost my focus. There we go. There we go, better. That was nice. That was really good. Fabulous landing. Great stuff, actually. That's right. One Avgeek girl, before she came to Canada, she worked for a very famous Dutch company, an airline in Istanbul. And she also loves Dutch people. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? That's right, yeah. One Avgeek girl worked for KLM in Istanbul starting in the 80s. So yeah, she was already a seasoned airline veteran when she came to Canada many decades ago. Yeah, we all love Dutch people, and Dutch food too. I'm a Dutch foodie. So I think, yeah, One Avgeek girl has blue blood, right? KLMers. These passengers deplane. Well, I took my eyes off the chat. I just want to have a quick look, get caught up, see if I missed anything. Let's have a look here. I'm sorry, I took my eyes off just for a second. Hello, Ethan. Pilot Ethan, nice to see you. It's been a while since we saw Pilot Ethan here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good summer. And yes, One Avgeek girl says blue blood all the way. I'm sorry, One Avgeek girl. Yes, we were all, me and you and some of us others were around and very well remember the 80s. That's true. That's very true. I remember the 80s very well, actually. Hope you're doing well, Pilot Ethan. Hope you've had a good summer, good flying. Good flying. Are you still on the CRJ? I'm wondering. I think you probably are, but just curious how things are going with you, Pilot Ethan. And we now have the departure of our Hulu boat. It's now leaving for its journey to Nanaimo. Hello, Moshin Kokar. Glad to have you here with us. Thank you for joining us. One Avgeek girl remembers the 80s and her university years in Italy. Yes, I've not yet been to Italy with One Avgeek girl. It's been on our list for a long time to go to Italy. One Avgeek girl speaks Italian and amongst other languages. So many other languages. I can barely speak one language, and she speaks half a dozen. But yes, so One Avgeek girl went to university in Siena. So I'd like to visit Italy with One Avgeek girl. Definitely on the to-do list. That would be amazing. Somebody was mentioning the coffee shops. Oh, in the coffee shops in the Netherlands. Yes, Italy as well, right? Italy has very good coffee shops for relaxing and watching the world go by. So definitely look forward to doing that. And who knows where we may end up on our next, whenever we're in Europe next. Would also like to go to south of France. That's on the list. Turbo starting. Hi. Yes.
You haven't got a card, so if I can watch it when I get my phone here.
Oh, JetFlix. If you just go to YouTube and plug in JetFlix or YVR live stream, you're going to find it in 2 seconds.
I'll do that.
What's your name?
Mark.
Mark, nice to meet you. So you're an aviation fan visiting Vancouver?
Yeah, well, I love planes.
Okay.
But I do watch it as
Oh yeah, Big Jet TV from Heathrow. Yeah.
I'm watching, but
Yeah. Well, have a look. Yeah, JetFlix. You'll find it on YouTube. Easy, easy. But yeah, pleasure to meet you. And if you just plug in Vancouver live stream, YVR live stream, you're just gonna, you'll find it in 2 seconds.
I'll watch it. Anything to do with planes as well.
Yeah. And how long are you in Vancouver for?
We're here for 6 nights.
Okay.
So we leave on Saturday because we're catching a cruise ship. We're going up and down Alaska.
On this one or a different one? Okay. Have a fabulous trip.
Yeah.
Bon voyage. Thanks for saying hello.
Oh, no,
And when you watch the show, mention it.
I will be watching.
Okay.
I work at an airport, so anything to do with aircraft.
Okay. What airport?
Guernsey Airport.
Oh, Guernsey.
You know where that is?
Yeah, I've been there. I was there before you were born, though. I went to Guernsey Airport summer of '85. I flew in a British Air Ferries Viscount from Southend.
Wow.
So, and I flew back on British Air Ferries Shorts 360 back to Southend. So no, I've been to Jersey and Guernsey.
Yeah, well,
But
I work there.
Wow.
I work on the AGL.
Wow.
That's my job, looking after the airfield line. So
Incredible. I know the airport well.
you haven't got many lights out here, though. That's the problem.
No, we don't. Have a good trip. Nice seeing you. Bye. That's interesting. We had another interesting fellow. He works at Jersey Airport. He's here with his wife, aviation fan, going on a cruise in a couple days. Yeah, he's from Jersey. Yeah, I was in Jersey and Guernsey a long time ago, 40 years ago. Hard to believe. Yeah, I flew British Air Ferries out of Southend, Viscount. I flew from Southend. We did a stop at Guernsey, and then the flight, a few minutes, hop over to Jersey, St. Helier. It's amazing he lives there, though. Not too many people live in Jersey. Fantastic. Oh, Ken's here as well. Ken, lots of people. It's a busy morning, Ken. How are you doing?
Good.
How are you doing, Ken?
Fantastic.
So, folks, now I've got another friend of mine. You're the third person, so we'll pop you. Are you good to be popped on camera, Ken? The light's not good, though.
All right.
Do you want to stand right there, and I'll just do a quick introduction? Folks, we have another guest, Ken. There we go. I'll stand by your side. Hang on a second. We'll just introduce you, Ken. No. You can see everything is... There we go. Okay. So, nice to see you, Ken. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm flying back to Toronto today, but I need to get my fix of
Wow, Ken.
Vancouver Harbour.
So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ken Schwartz. He's a fellow aviation journalist, historian, enthusiast. He has worked in this industry for decades. So he's all of the above, and he's been in Vancouver with his wife for the past couple weeks.
Yeah,
So,
that's correct.
so how was this past week, Ken? What did you get up to?
Well, it was mainly a holiday. We spent the first week over on Vancouver Island, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
And then this week seeing family, but every morning I've come down to the harbor at about 8 or 9, gone by the heliport, I haven't gone by the floatplane base, so this is my last hurrah.
Wow, Ken. Well, I mean, definitely look forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah.
You say you'll be back in a bit.
Yeah.
So, smoky?
Yeah, I guess the last 2 days we've had forest fire smoke. It's come up from northern Washington state.
Oh.
predominantly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On the radio this morning, they said we were being inundated from all directions.
Yeah, there has been some fires up on the Coquihalla Highway. In
Yes.
the interior. That's been closed because of the fires.
Okay.
But, we've got a combination, but it's,
Wow.
a lot of smoke in Vancouver this summer, I
Nope.
think.
Nope. This is the worst. And they say tomorrow will be the worst, so you're leaving at just the right time.
Right.
You're leaving at the right time.
And
But
I'm heading off to Airshow London tomorrow morning.
oh, tomorrow morning. So this weekend is the London Air Show?
Yeah. Last weekend was the Canadian International Air Show in Toronto.
Yes.
And this weekend is the London International Air Show. And then
Yes.
the following weekend is Air Show Gatineau up in near Ottawa.
Okay. Okay.
There's still a little bit of some flying activity back east.
Wow. But the London Air Show is huge. It's like it's bigger and I'm gonna maybe better than Abbotsford because there's a lot of active military aircraft.
There's a lot of military, but more importantly, the show center is on a north-south runway, so the afternoon sun is perfect for photography.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
light is fantastic, whereas at Abbotsford it's into the sun. It is what it is.
Exactly.
But wow, Ken.
Yeah, and you have to, the tickets are expensive, but we've got runway facing tickets for the next 3 days.
Wow.
And it is a very heavily military show. So
Yes.
Warbirds now, a couple civilian performers, but
Right.
not a civilian show. And then the event up in Gatineau is primarily a Warbird vintage show with vintage wings. So that's
Okay.
Spitfire, Hurricane, Mustang, a lot of
Lancaster?
Lancaster sometimes, because that comes out of Hamilton. That's
Right.
run by the Canadian Warplane Heritage.
Sometimes, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the
I
Lanc.
think Mirabel is also holding a show around this time as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot of stuff, but I spent a week at Oshkosh, and that's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah. It was a pleasure to meet your wife, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so look forward to seeing her again as well. I liked her very much. So, wow.
One of the things I like about the harbor here and the seaplanes is that all these aircraft down here have history.
Oh yeah, I talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell people like the registrations. Oh, OCN. These registrations. I've been here for as long as I've been here.
AXI over here, the Beaver.
Oh, Faxi. Yes, AXI. Yes.
I've my first photo down in the harbor was.
Ken, let me just point the camera at it, and then you can just tell us. Yeah, CFAXI. You guys know that I talk about CFAXI all the time. So tell me about CFAXI, Ken.
I photographed it for the first time.
Yes.
Down here. I started photographing the harbor in 1973. That's
Oh
the
my
oldest
goodness.
slide I have. September 1973.
Yeah.
The harbor was very different. It was very much a working harbor.
Yeah, and the float base was actually over by the Bayshore Hotel.
Yeah,
That's where the float base was.
It migrated back and forth as the development took place.
Yes.
That first boat over there was probably closer to where the Air West dock was.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Tyee out of Seashell had their dock right at the Bayshore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where we are here now, there was
It was a CP rail thing.
there
Yeah,
was
CP ships.
There was a ferry that went, a car train ferry that went to Nanaimo.
Yes.
Truck train ferry, and so the harbor's been gentrified, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right. But so CFAXI, I recognize CFAXI going back to my early years. This is CFAXI right there, the Beaver. So you recognize it to the 70s.
Yeah, I have slides of it, probably every year or every other year for the last 50 years.
Amazing, Ken.
It's changed color schemes. Now,
Yes.
When I was a kid down in the harbor here, there was only one otter that you would ever see in Vancouver Harbor, and that
Right.
was XRI. which
Yeah,
is
Air BC or Air West. Yeah.
West. And you could hear it as it was flying out because at that time it had the ejector exhaust.
Wow.
engine. And it was pretty much
Isn't it amazing? And now look at how many otters we have.
and there was a progression to twin otters, and then the turbo otter really provides a lot better seat mile cost.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah. So there. Yeah. So yeah, Ken is very knowledgeable of these aircraft and the history of the float base here. So fantastic to hear his commentary. Again, because he's a decade ahead of me on hanging out down here in these parts. And of course, the Caravan's is a new creation for this.
It has a higher cruise speed, so it's better for some of the longer routes. Sea Air is using it as their larger capacity aircraft.
Right.
Versus an Otter, the Turbo Otter. But Turbo Otters, really, it's around late 80s, early 90s that we first started to see the Turbo Otter on the coast.
Yeah.
And that was really the conversion. The engine was done by Studio down in Salinas, in California.
Yeah.
And it was an STC locally, and then progressively there's very few piston Otters left now.
No, there's almost no piston Otters left. That's right. Almost no piston Otters left in the world. They've all been converted to turbine. Thank you, Motion. Yeah, it's just fantastic to have Ken here. And I need to have 2 microphones on my to-do list, just to buy a second microphone to have 2 people on the mic, actually. Incredible. Yeah, so Ken's leaving today, back to Ontario. Wow. Here's the Sea Air coming in right now. Yep, yeah. Watch it, Ken, don't... We are pulling in at the dock. What time is your flight, Ken? Wow.
For me, when I come down here and then I start, I've been scanning my slides as you have.
Yes.
You see the same aircraft. I always took pictures of the terminal buildings. I haven't scanned those shots.
Oh, those would be nice to see, Ken.
But in the old days, it was basically a mobile home trailer or an ATCO trailer. Everything was
yes.
very temporary.
Yeah, that's right.
And the piers were basically boards on logs. It was not very sophisticated. Everything was low cost.
Yes.
In the harbor. And then when they made this development, which behind us was initially the media center for the 2010 Olympics, and then repurposed as the second phase of the convention center.
Yes.
They built into it a floatplane terminal. The terminal is run by Ledcor, which is a large conglomerate construction company.
Okay.
And there was sort of some lawsuits back and forth to sort of force the floatplane operators to come over here, because there is a passenger service charge from the facility.
Right.
But this facility has fuel, has spill containment. The next thing, of course, they're looking at is electrification of the docks.
Right.
Harbour Air is working with Magnex to re-engine the Beaver and then eventually the Otter.
People have asked me about that, Ken, but my answer is that's quite some time away, because the airplane only has a very short duration. The electric engine at this time has very limited range.
Well, it's the battery, not the engine.
Yeah, the battery. That's right.
Improving. It's a trade-off. You're going to lose some seats with the weight of the battery.
Yes. Yes.
But a 15-minute flight to Nanaimo.
Yes.
You still will have 20 minutes or 30 minutes of reserve, so you can do a short segment flight with that, with electric.
But not to Victoria.
Maybe that will come a little bit later. But sightseeing flights are very short as well.
What are?
Sightseeing flights.
Oh, sightseeing flights. Yes, that's correct.
The thing is that the batteries weigh more, but the thing is that your operating costs are substantially lower.
Yes.
Than either a PT6 or a R985 for the Beaver. So the expectation is that you'll substantially reduce
costs.
The operating costs.
Yes.
And then as batteries improve, and right now it's at a rate about 4% a year, as batteries improve, you'll slowly increase the range, or you'll increase the payload because you need less battery.
Yeah, so it'll take 10 years for them to increase it by 40%.
Right.
Yeah.
But right now, Harbour Air is flying one electric Beaver.
Experimentally.
Yeah, and it's been flying since December 2019.
Yes.
It's the second electric Beaver that is awaiting conversion. It's going to have a whole powertrain, I guess, by Magnex with maybe H55 batteries. That aircraft is going to be the certification platform.
Right.
Recently, Harbour Air took their first Beaver off floats, and it's been flying around on wheels.
Right.
It made its first international flight down to the San Juan Islands in the summer, and they're testing. And they're going to be offering an STC conversion kit for the electric Beaver, the EV.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be good for very short sight. Well, and that's okay. It'll save money. So short flights are a thing here.
Yeah, and so that, it's part of the portfolio. The other thing that's happening is that people in parallel are developing hydrogen fuel cells to power aircraft. And there are a number of aircraft now flying with hydrogen fuel cells. The technology is also being worked. But
yes.
It's substantial. That's a lot less weight.
Yeah, you can stand there, Ken. At least you can be on camera where we're chatting.
There's a lot less weight involved with
over here.
Than a battery with the hydrogen fuel cell.
Yes.
But you have a volumetric challenge in terms of where do you put the hydrogen tank.
Right.
But next week I'm going to be seeing a Robinson R44 that's flying in Quebec.
Yes.
Powered by a hydrogen fuel cell.
Okay.
And weighs a lot less than the battery version of that.
So there's all this technology that's coming out that'll...
Yeah, so there's technology coming out in terms of electrification. It's interesting from a de Havilland perspective. There's been a Beaver flying with an electric engine, a Dash 8 100, a Dash 8 300, and a Dash 8 400 is undergoing conversion.
Yeah.
And there's a Dash 7 that's on a NASA contract where the two outboard engines are being replaced by electric engines.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there's these different things, but certification basis, nothing's been certified yet.
Right.
Fixed wing maybe in the next couple years, helicopters a little bit longer.
Right. I'll tell you one thing, Ken, I wouldn't get into a driverless air taxi, though.
No, and there's only one company really proposing that. That is Wisp, which is owned by Boeing.
Yes.
They want to go directly autonomous.
Yeah, no thanks.
But there are other companies that are flying 5-seat, 6-passenger electric air taxis in the prototype phase right now. Joby, Archer, Wisp, not Joby, Archer, Beta. These are companies in the U.S.
Right.
And they're all flying piloted. Beta is the eVTOL that's been ordered by Helijet, and it will be IFR certified and will have de-icing capability. So it's going to be a little bit more sophisticated than some of the other aircraft.
Interesting, Ken. Very, very interesting. Yeah, you're the guru on electric aviation, and so you tell what's the society that you?
Yeah. So I've been working with the Vertical Flight Society.
Yes.
VTOL.org. VTOL.org.
Yes.
But back in 2017. I co-founded a website called evtol.news.
Yes.
evtol.news.
Yes.
It was the first website and the first e-newsletter on electric aviation.
Wow, that's your thing. Yes.
I've been doing it for 8 years, and this summer in July, I was the key organizer of the 19th Electric Aircraft Symposium that was held in Oshkosh.
Right.
But evtol.news, you can sign up for an e-newsletter that goes out every 2 weeks, and it has hundreds of articles on electric aviation. Right.
Well, I'm glad you're saying it. I mean, I wish I was at home to be typing it all, but that's okay. It's here. It's here. We've got it out verbally.
And in Europe, the dialogue is about sustainability.
Yeah.
I think that dialogue's been is very mature. In North America, a lot of people are looking at electric aviation in terms of how they can reduce operating costs.
Right.
Direct operating costs.
Yeah, so that you heard it. What Ken said, they're looking at electric aviation to reduce their direct operating costs. And a lot of these float planes that we're looking at here have very short flights. So if they can burn no gas, that reduces a significant cost component for them. So hopefully they'll develop the technology, and the next 3 or 4 years they'll have the endurance up and they'll be more popular. But this is a good market for electric aviation, the float planes, and these sightseeing flights out of Vancouver. It's gorgeous. Canada flag Twin Otter. So yeah, I'd like to, we've had a great show, great guests, great pop-up guests. It's Twin Otter's heading to Victoria.
So I'm going to say my goodbye.
Oh, you're going to say goodbye. Ken, good seeing you. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thank you, Ken. Have a safe journey back, and have a good day tomorrow at the air show. Tell you. Okay, see you later, Ken. Bye. Yeah, it was amazing. First Marcel, then Ken, and the fellow from Jersey. We had 3 pop-up guests on the show. Fantastic. Look at that spray. Yeah, Ken is the guru on electric aviation, and the topic has come up on our show in the past. Look at that footage, guys. Look at that. The topic has come up on more than one occasion about electric aviation, and my stock answer, oh, it's decades in the future. It's decades in the future. I don't know much about it. Ken is the absolute guru for electric aviation, and you heard what he just said. With the next 4 years, well, they're increasing range, battery duration at 4% a year. So in 5 years, it'll be more, and these airplanes will have greater range with their electric engines and even the hydrogen fuel cells. So there's a lot of potential for them to reduce the operating costs of these float planes. So that's really quite something, and hopefully they'll make great progress on this technology. But yeah, fascinating, absolutely fascinating. More pop-ups than a toaster, Martin Davidson. You're absolutely right. Incredible. Unbelievable, actually. Well, incredible. I'm scouring the horizon here. Wow. Looking forward to the Ken segment. Yeah, well, Ken is flying back to Toronto this evening, he said. So he'll get back to Toronto this evening, and he's attending the London Air Show in London, Ontario this weekend. So he's had a very busy visit here in Vancouver. It was an informative show today. Yes, it was very, very interesting, and it's just nice, very, very nice, actually. Hello, Kirsten. I think I missed you. Nice to see you, Kirsten. I'm sorry I missed you. Welcome. My apologies. I mean, let's see. And Pilot Ethan, what were you saying? Hello, Peter PDK. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anybody. Sue Major, welcome. I think we got everybody here. Pilot Ethan says, I flew in and out of Saskatoon, and there was lots of smoke there too. Visibility was down to a mile in smoke in Saskatoon. Okay, I believe it. Definitely believe it. Well, we're just waiting for some movements here. It's 9:26. It's unbelievable how fast the time has flown by this morning. It's just incredible. I'm glad you enjoyed the harbor stream, Mayani. Really glad. Because it's so busy here down at the float base in the summer. It's nice to be here, and I'm usually at YVR, of course, but this time came out here. Kirsten, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, Kirsten. we had my friend Ken was here, I think, when you showed up. So sorry I'm a bit late, and welcome you, Kirsten. But good morning, Kirsten, and welcome to the show. It's been a good one. I mean, fun one. Lots of great people. I even had a crow stop by to say hello. You can see the pilot they're cleaning the windows nicely, so the passengers can have a very nice view of their flights. So, Kirsten Mills says, rough day, but a stream makes it better. Keeps my mind off things. Okay, well, Kirsten, I hope you have a much better day ahead. I hope things definitely improve. What else can I say? Trying to think. I mean, it's been a great day. Well, helicopters buzzing about. Helicopters. Martin says, is there any area for visiting float planes, or is there an area for visiting float planes, or is this strictly for commercial ops? You cannot, as far as I'm aware, you can't get down to where I've got the camera pointed, because that's their aircraft operating area. You have to you have to watch the airplanes from these, the public area here, the walkway where I am. You can't really get down on the docks unless you ask them to escort you, which they might very well do. They might be prepared to help you get some pictures. I think they would be very helpful in that regard. I can't promise, but I think they would help. So we have an aircraft arriving. I guess this will be our last arrival of the show, because it's 9:29. We have a turbo water on approach, or I should say downwind, flying downwind. And this will be our last arrival. So the 2 hours have gone by so quickly. It's incredible. Unbelievable how quick for me, it's just flown by in the blink of an eye. Wow. It's a big wow. So here we have, if I can get that to focus. It's flying downwind. Now he's just turned base. Just turned base. Yeah, Ken is super knowledgeable on electric aviation. He's passionate about it, obviously. He just loves electric aviation. I'm more of a, like traditionalist, right? You might call me. I like the old traditional stuff. I like the old gas-powered engines. That's just me. But Ken loves the possibilities of electric and fuel cell, hydrogen fuel cell as well. This one is for Silky Sam. Let's see if I can do this Silky and dedicate it to Silky Sam. Trying to keep it silky. Not bad, not too bad. Okay, that was for Silky Sam. Trying to do the Silky Sam cam stuff. Wow. Well, what can I say? What can I say? It's been a very, very good show. I've enjoyed it immensely. I hope you have. I want to thank our guests for showing up. It's been great fun. Look forward to seeing everybody next week. thank you for those of you, or to Esther. I think Esther made a donation, and there was we had Silky Sam 14 months. So I want to thank those of you for your support. Hugely appreciate it. Thank you for being here and supporting the show as well. Really appreciate it. Wishing everybody a great week ahead and a good start to their September. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.